January 24th, 2026. Last night, well, we're supposed to get a major snowstorm tomorrow. 11 inches. When I leave work, there's only supposed to be an inch and a half. Time the next shift comes in, after I leave, by 3 o'clock, there's supposed to be 6. Time I was supposed to go in is 11. So two of the people I work with, they're not from the country. They don't know what a blizzard is. They don't know what a major snowstorm is. Trying to explain it to them, and that they need to bring extra clothes and food, because there's a good chance they could get stuck there for 24 hours, because no one can drive in that deep of snow. Okay, so, and it's a reality check. Until they clean the roads, nobody can get through. If that snowstorm hits us like it's supposed to. We get snowstorms like that in Ohio. It's been a couple years. Okay? Some idiot was outside my work. I heard she's trying to call off. Well, I asked the guy on afternoons. There's 11 inches of snow. You can't drive home. If you're here, if I make it, I can't make it here. Do you mind staying? Well, he wasn't real receptive about it. I said, you can't drive home in a foot of snow. So how are you going to get home? If I made it here, your car, you don't have 4-wheel drive. You won't make it. You're going to be stuck. Well, the guy this morning was a lot nicer when you start describing how deep the snow is going to be. He said, well, I said, make sure you bring extra clothes and food, because there's a good chance you can get stuck. Okay? And because they're not from this country, they've never seen it like that. Well, some idiot was outside my work last night. I heard she's trying to call off again. I wish, and it's going on about my boss, he wished she could fire her. Well, they said they can't because she had a doctor's excuse. Well, no, a month ago I had bronchitis. I had that flu that goes into bronchitis, and I wasn't allowed to work. And because they didn't give me strong enough medicine, the bronchitis came back. And I wasn't even getting enough air. The doctor's like, you're not even getting enough air to walk across the room. You need to stay in bed. No, they don't let you work when you're that sick. It's none of your damn business. See, these men, like my ex-husband, all these people work for my ex-husband. They have to kill you, destroy you, before they'll let you go. It's a game to them. Cat and mouse. Of how they can kill and destroy you. They can't let you live. They can't let you be happy. They can't have you married. They can't have you prosperous. They can't have you successful. They want you dead, destroyed, because you dare love them. If you've never been an abused woman with an animal that thinks they're God over you, you don't know the horror the women live through. And these idiot men trying to help an abusive man that out of sport is trying to kill his wife still and destroy her. That idiot outside. Now, they have already verified the doctor from before was not one of mine, works for them. They lied. It's a scam. The whole thing, it's HIPAA. They could never have one of my doctors. They don't have my medical records. It's illegal. See what I mean? It's a scam. And it's so ridiculous and so illegal and so absurd. It's like Twilight Zone, people. The guy out there, after I make sure she don't get no money out of this. After what we learned from the doctor from before. The one that's not mine works for them and they lied. So you're one of the Pinocchio group, the liar, liar, pants on fire coat? Why don't you just keep your ass at home? Seriously, don't want to hear your shit. Don't. Not even a little bit. Don't show up and say something real loud. Tell Dave Hall to fuck off. I worked a couple years ago for this one guy. He liked to go visit his neighbors. I would sit and talk to the neighbor's wife. She said, I used to do home health care for the local mafia. You'd be surprised what comes out of their mouth. Oh, they have no filters. None. Okay? She said they used to run scams on law enforcement. They were laughing one time that one of their guys got arrested, was in a local jail. Had one of their guys dress up, had fake attorney credentials. Wrote up a fake order to release him. Had one of their guys dress up as a police officer. Went in and they fooled an officer at that jail. And he released him to him and they were laughing. They got away with it. Now, if it comes out where retired Judge Pete, friends with Ludick, letting him get away with crimes, and it was just some guy saying he was a judge, it would not surprise me where there's supposed to be an attorney involved. It's just some guy saying he's an attorney. And the dirty doctor, just some guy saying he's a doctor. See, in January of 19, they said they had fake paperwork to make it look official. It's not true about her. The guy wrote it up, didn't like her. I think that's the fake medical records. In January of 19, we had a major snowstorm, okay? And it was below zero. Around that time, in a foot of snow, where the shooting night of Christmas Eve of 2018, those men never came back on the other side of the duplex. There was a man outside burning everything. They guarded that apartment. And it was big as an ambulance. He's standing out there with a pitchfork, and the flames are so big. The middle of the night. A single man with a pitchfork. Wasn't too much longer after that, on a Sunday afternoon, Dave came home. He sat on the couch. He smirked at me. Karen, you don't realize you die of my choosing. He just glared at me. I walked off. He thought he was God. So that dirty attorney, if he ends up just being a drug cartel guy, I wouldn't be surprised. Because the law is, if an attorney approaches a hospital or doctor fishing for information, they are to call the police. He's disbarred and criminally charged. 5 years. If the hospital talks to them, they do not have picture ID, sign consent, and then they don't call and verify it was me, and then picture ID, sign consent to talk to them. Picture ID, consent. They can't talk to him. It's 10 years HIPAA. Lost a license for everyone. None of their doctors can talk to them. It's a 10-year sentence. $1 million fine. Loss of license for everybody, HIPAA. They cannot pull your medical records without your signed consent. Picture ID verifies you that you signed a consent, and picture ID releasing it to them. 10 years. Loss of license for everyone. Now think of them scam of a dirty attorney going to a hospital or doctor's office, fishing for information, getting a doctor to talk to him, them handing them my medical records. How illegal is that? Like 30 federal years. Unforgiving HIPAA. The people that did this act like they don't know the law. Get the idea? They act ignorant of it. Just like the right of privacy over your home, special permission, there's no such thing. If attorney sets up button cameras in your home, they are to be disbarred, criminally charged with voyeurism, cyberstalking, and illegal monitoring. It's like 7 to 15 years. And voyeurism, listen, a sex offender. It's a right of privacy over your home. Police and agencies can only be in a home under a threat of life with statements in a court order. Get the idea? These people don't know the law. That's where I doubt the guy's an attorney. And I doubt the guy's a doctor. I think it's going back to that where the local mafia runs scams on law enforcement. It's a scam. Well, they already told people years ago it's a drug scam from the drug dealers that are human trafficking people. See, if they ever would approach the hospital or a doctor or the police that they have all this, well, who gave it to you? Where'd you get it? You stole somebody's medical records? My God. If they're in possession of them, it would be 10 years. A doctor with them would be 20. And no doctor tapes you unaware. That is a federal crime, too, of 10 years and $1 million fine for each offense. See how absurd? The law of HIPAA is so strict that you can't break in a home, steal somebody's medical records, and try to use them against them. It's 10 years for an individual. So why would they be allowed? They're not. And it's not my doctor. Like Michelle's been telling on all of them repeatedly. It's not her. The doctor from before was never one of hers. He works for them, and they had lied he was one of her doctors. She don't know who he is. These are like Twilight Zone people. A reality that can never exist. It's so absurd and so illegal. It's not even funny. And to find out that Henry Moffey guy, I wonder if he's the guy they call Will, the Bill from the Freemasons. Will's big scam. I found out he was telling people I was dating him. And he admitted the other day he never met me in person. He wouldn't even got a pity date. The fucking ugly man? No. It's one thing if you're not handsome, if you're a good, kind person, but when you're a psychopath and you're out setting up button cameras in people's private homes, you're photoshopping, washing, selling kitty porn, having a woman drugged for fake confessions, being raped, and human trafficked, and the skull crushed and tortured, you're insane and extremely dangerous. He's one of those online predators that hunts down his prey. I have never met him in person. I told you, I've never even heard of him till the FBI case. Got a hold of me through Instagram and told me he thought I was beautiful. That's not cheating. It's a compliment. And him in January 19, 2026, in Bob Evans on the Fairlawn exit. Always glad he never met me in person. Me too. I'm the one online that tried to get a hold of her. Tell every man that she's not worthy of another man. Well, who? And that she cheated on her ex-husband because I got a hold of her online. It's not cheating. You gave me a compliment. And I tell everybody she's not worthy of another man. And I'm glad I never met her in person. We never met. I never cheated with you. And you didn't have a snowball's chance in hell. I was actually madly in love with my ex-husband. Married 33 years. And we've never met. You're just a predator preying on people, running scams, and how you're going to pull a fast one on the FBI. Enter everything. You have a judge's friend that's going to do it, and you're going to hit them hard, and they won't know what happened. You're going to steal everything. You're not going to steal a thing. And your dirty doctor scam, you don't know the law. Like these investigators, these people did not know putting the word doctor on it, how illegal it made it. Everyone goes to jail. See, their scam of an attorney approaching a hospital, they were willing to talk to them. Those are federal crimes. One of their doctors were even willing to talk to them. That's a federal crime. Took her medical records and gave it to them. That's a federal crime. We're looking at 30 years now here, bucko. Your medical records are covered by HIPAA and Privacy Act. They're only yours, and your doctor can only work for you. That's how crazy this is. I want you to think of this. See, a real attorney would know that. I talked to a real attorney. Dave can't hire anybody on his own. Where I went Christmas Eve of 22 to Danny and John, they didn't know anything. Okay? They didn't know anything. I kept going over and asking them questions. They didn't know. April 16th, 23, across the parking lot, I heard Danny talk to Gabe across the parking lot. Danny and John had walked up to him. I finally went to Dad to ask him what on earth is going on. He said he had hired some guy named Pete on his own. Just some guy. Was Pete and his men in her home before? Pete has her frame. Pete has her tape, the filthy, dirty statement. I've never met him. I don't even know who he is. He has to be a black and blue mark. They're fake sodium pentothal reports. They're hypnotic drugs and told to say it. Taking a drink out of a drink the room when Desi and Black were stabbed with a hypnotic drug. I've never met him. Never talked to him. It's just some guy Dave hired to run the scam. Not a doctor. It's just some guy Dave hired. Got it? You know that guy outside last night. Okay. Thanksgiving of 18, I told you. John's kids were playing Boo in the basement. On the way back up, because they were taking each one of us down there to yell, ah, and scare us. We're little, so we're, you know what I mean. Just making them happy. Go down, they jump out, ah. Third step up. The house wasn't meant for Grandma, it was meant for Auntie Shell and Papa. Grandma needs to get out. I look down, they're all in a huddle going like this, talking, you know, and crazy crap. I go up and I sit by Dixie and the baby. I'm like, I have to die for a show. Who the hell's show? Thor comes running up. They're saying mean things in the basement. She's like, stay out of it. I go up to John. My house is legally locked. What is going on? I don't know. He said, I told Melissa you're moving out, going through a divorce. She'll have the kids to make up something, but don't worry about it. Nobody can say anything bad about you. She'll have her church people make up something too, but don't worry about it. Nobody can say anything bad about you. He said it'll just be made up because of the divorce, and I told him you're moving out. I said, you shouldn't have said anything till it happened. He said, but I did. And because I did. And it's just made up. And nobody can say anything bad about you. Don't worry about it. And he shoos me. Well, in 19 or 20, he was trying to get custody of the kids. He calls me. He's like, Mom, I need you to pick up Kenzie Carrington and Noah from the bus stop from after school. Or after school. I need you to pick them up after school. I said, John, I'm working 2 jobs. He said, I need a reliable name to put on the court records to pick up the kids. He said, if I don't get it, I can't get my kids. And I said, John, I work 2 jobs. I don't get off the first one, let alone the second. I lose my apartment. And he pleads with me, if I don't have a reliable name, I'll lose my kids, Mom. I said, John, I'll lose my apartment. I'll be homeless. And he pleads with me. He wasn't part of this. This was Dave's doing, of having me drugged, beaten, raped. Drugged and told to say stuff, photoshopped, washing. In their sick, psychotic scam of being drugged and told to say horrible stuff. Laughing in my face, thinking he's fucking funny. And photoshopped washing. These people think the police, the FBI, and society is stupid. And they can pull the most illegal, irrational scam. And that everybody will fall for it. When it's so illegal, it's ridiculous. My whole family defended me. July 25th, 25. I was in Bob Evans. Some idiot said something to me as I walked by. Well, I went off, and I was talking to a waitress real loud. And Carl and I went over to Walmart 62. Carl, when the bathroom investigator from 18 comes in. I told that couple never to say a word to her again. I interviewed John years ago. He said nothing bad ever happened to him. So the rest are kids. Well, they're supposed to have drugged her and told her to say, yeah, I heard. You know, people, they were showing up, harassing me, yelling stuff at me. Other people were mad at first. They turned around and they yelled at him. He used amnesia drugs on her. She'll never remember. She don't even remember you. So they yelled it at me. I ran and threw up. I went over and talked to my neighbor Jim. He's like, Karen, that'd be horrible if they actually did that to you. I said, I had real bruises. I was throwing up. I was severely infected. I never talked to anybody. I'd take a drink out of a drink, the room would go dizzy and black. I woke up with injection marks, and I had orange, lemon, and grapefruit-sized bruises. I was throwing up, almost passing out, and severely infected. I was blaming the well water, thinking it was giving me cancer, because it was orange, and I was showering in it. I kept telling the doctor that. He said, Karen, that'd be horrible if they did it. I said, I never seen her talk to anybody. I never even had anybody in my home. I talked to my friend Walter, he used to work at the prosecutor's office. He said, Karen, it's a big fraud scheme where you had all the signs of being drug, beaten, raped. Somebody was hurting you. He said, even though they didn't think of a rapist, somebody was hurting you. We all know you're sleepwalking with those drugs under somebody else's control, and where they laugh at you in front of people in stores, they drugged you and told you to say that. They probably did. Somebody was hurting you. And where they laugh at you in front of people in stores, they photoshopped a shower scene and washing yourself. They probably did. It's clicking and pasting. It's a big fraud scheme. in 30 seconds. I'm going to upload this.